Happy New Year's Eve. Very important time. Last day of 2023. Tomorrow, 2024. You don't have to be a mathematician, do you, to work that one out? But the significance for us, the spirit within, is that 2024 is going to be a very powerful year. We have an online theatre of poetry starting on January the 9th. And in February, we have a year-long Now or Never adventure challenge, online adventure challenge. But the nearest is the online theatre of poetry. Ice Within, the initiator of the spirit within, the online international friendship for people in their third age. And our first 5 sessions, okay, this is one reading per week for 5 weeks. This is, yeah. And the first one is going to be called Tread Softly, because it's about dreams. Tread softly, my dreams. And I think read the blurb on the website, because I want to get on with reading a poem. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. New Year's Eve. Classics. I looked up the classics for New Year's Eve. This one, Ring Out Wild Bells. Tennyson. 1809 to 1892. Ring Out Wild Bells. This poem is an elegy, a poem of lament for someone who has passed away, and was written about Alfred Tennyson's friend, Arthur Henry Hallam, who was engaged to Tennyson's sister. Arthur Henry Hallam died suddenly at the age of 22. In this poem, Tennyson shares about casting aside all the bad and painful things of the year. Due to the heartache that year brought him, Tennyson was ready to put the grief behind him. This could also be considered a New Year's poem before starting anew. Alfred Tennyson's first son was named Hallam after his best friend. Ring Out Wild Bells. I think what's interesting about also casting aside the bad and painful things of the past, this will be one of the features of the Now or Never adventure. Putting aside, not covering the past, not covering past regrets, but releasing them, looking at the present moment and making our dreams into realities over the course of one year. So 1 year course. Ring out wild bells. Ring out wild bells to the wild sky. The flying cloud, the frosty light. The year is dying in the night. Ring out wild bells and let him die. Ring out the old, ring in the new, ring happy bells across the snow. The year is going, let him go. Ring out the false, ring in the true. Ring out the grief that saps the mind. For those that here we see no more. Ring out the feud of rich and poor. Bring in redress to all mankind. Ring out a slowly dying cause and ancient forms of party strife. Ring in the nobler modes of life with sweeter manners, purer laws. Ring out the want, the care, the sin, the faithless coldness of the times. Ring out my mournful rhymes, but ring the fuller minstrel in. Ring out false pride in place and blood, the civic slander and the spite. Ring in the love of truth and right. Ring in the common love of good. Ring out old shapes of foul disease. Ring out the narrowing lust of gold. Ring out the 1,000 wars of old. Ring in the 1,000 years of peace. Ring in the valiant man and free, the larger heart, the kindlier hand. Ring out the darkness of the land. Ring in the Christ that is to be. Considering this was written, I don't know when it was written, but his lifetime was 1809 to 1892, how that resonates with this century, I feel so much, so very much. And of course, as I said, it does echo what we will be looking at in our February year-long adventure. Ring out the old, ring in the new. Fabulous. Very powerful, beautifully powerful. And of course, I couldn't really say goodbye to you on New Year's Eve without reading Auld Lang Syne. In Scots, Auld Lang Syne means for the sake of old times or time gone by. A more literal translation would be old long since, for the sake of old times. And the song apparently describes a pair of friends reminiscing and raising a drink for old time's sake. The original was written in Scots, of course. And in this one, sorry, let me read properly. However, possibly the most recognizable lyrics and the ones most people sing on Hogbenny, which is, oh yeah, sorry. The Scots word for the last day of the old year. Okay, right. You must know Auld Lang Syne, surely everyone of our age. Should all acquaint, etc. No, let me read it first. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and Auld Lang Syne, for Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, will take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. And surely you'll buy your pint cup, and surely I'll buy mine, and we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. We too have run about the hills and picked the daisies fine, but we've wandered many a weary foot since Auld Lang Syne. We too have paddled in the stream from morning sun till dine, but seas between us broad have roared since Auld Lang Syne. And there's a hand, my trusty friend, and give me a hand of thine. I will take a right goodwill draught for Auld Lang Syne. It's lovely. Yeah. What I was going to say was that this is a song, and but it's very interesting. There are so many songs. If you think back to, I don't know if you saw my promo vid a few sessions back when I dug out the definition of poem, and it's the diction, and it's the and there are so many songs that really translate into a poem, if that makes sense. Actually, Leonard Cohen, the singer Leonard Cohen, was originally, I believe, a poet. I don't know what took him into singing, but part of me thinks it may be the income, because he has such a wonderful voice, such a wonderful voice. I wonder if there are any modern singing poets. If you know of any, put them in touch, and you can get in touch. The details are at the end of this video. So, dear everybody, have a wonderful New Year's Eve. And let's ring out the old and ring in the new together.